Here we go. College Football Payoff podcast. We are back again after a great season, ready to get going. Week 0 coming up this weekend. I'm Dan. That's Fuji Bets over there. And it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to keep myself busy with baseball, soccer, preseason football, all that, trying to build the bankroll. But I think I'm ready to go. I got a good read on week 0. There's 7 games on the slate. Obviously give you just the locks, but I'm going to play every single game at some capacity. Coming off of last year, I mean, you're the one who had the big year last year, right?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to pull up my stats right now. I should have done that before we started recording, but third winning season in a row. So 3 for 3 there. Ready to build on it for year 4.
Yes, absolutely. I don't have my stats. I've changed so much with computers and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to start clean this year. And we're going to try to get off on the right foot. Do we have a goal that we're going to set for ourselves or for a podcast or anything?
Just another winning season. That's all I can want as gamblers. Survive till tomorrow.
Is this our 4th year?
Yeah. Year 4.
And I think we've had winning seasons all 3 years.
Yeah, I've always had a winning season.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we should be good here. Like we said before, if you're new to the podcast, we take, obviously with week 0, there's 7 games there. We won't lock every single game, but the ones that we are most confident about, we will give out lock picks. We'll either tell you fade, whatever, kind of go with your best judgment. And then week to week, we record Tuesday, Wednesday, get it out as early as possible so you guys can jump on the books and get it going. So every single week for college. And I don't know, did you have any, before we jump into these games, did you have anything for like win totals, Heismans, anything like that?
Yeah, actually. Pull those up right now. I only have 3 Heisman bets. I'm gonna be putting in some more win total bets later this week, which I should have done over the summer because I was gonna bet the same thing regardless. Now betting it at a worse number, but stuff that I still find value on. So I have 3 Heisman bets for this year. 1 long shot, 1 probably won't happen, and then 1 I'm banking on. So first Heisman, got this at FanDuel, 400 to 1 plus 40,000. Travis Hunter.
Wow.
I was thinking about him. The media, Heisman now has turned into this like media award, mostly quarterback award. But we haven't seen a 2-way player like we will see Travis Hunter in a long time. I think if he has 500 total yards of offense, 5 or 6 touchdowns, and a first-team All Pac-12 cornerback accolade, he's got a pretty good chance. So, maybe if he has no chance, it is what it is, but 400 to 1 was too big to pass on. So next, I got it at Tipico, Brock Bowers 70 to 1.
I like that one.
I mean, he was lining up at running back during the spring. So
really,
yeah. So he has a big playmaking ability. He absolutely ate in the College Football Playoff last year, and I think he's one of the best players returning on a national championship caliber team in Georgia. Speaking of another national championship caliber team, my go-to pick, my favorite for the Heisman this year, Quinn Ewers. Got him 20 to 1 on FanDuel. I think he's unstoppable. I think he's got a great talent base around him, and I honestly think he's just going to slice up every defense he faces this year. I think Texas probably has a really good shot of easily winning the Big 12. So if they go undefeated and make it to the College Football Playoff, I think Quinn's got a pretty good shot at the Heisman.
All right, Quinn Ewers, yeah. I really like the Brock Bowers one too. That one could be pretty nice for you. Do you have anything in the way of total bets? Before we get into that though, so this year, obviously we get the podcast out on everything you can listen to, Spotify, Apple. We put it out on YouTube. We're also going to be, tweeting out clips of certain games, just kind of a quick hitter twit. But I think I'm going to send out my best win total bets for teams. We'll tweet that out. We don't want to spend too much time talking about that. We'd rather just jump into the games, but that's something new that's going to be with our brand this year is little snippets on Twitter and more game in Twitter. So hopefully with our new little software we got going on here and our new setup, we can make something happen.
Clip some stuff. Have some actual content on a newly rebranded X.com.
Exactly. Yeah, we got to rebrand ourselves. So, well, not rebrand. We just got to retool, rebuild. I don't know, whatever they say in the sports. All right, let's ready to go. You want to jump right in or what?
Yeah, let's just run down these games. There's only 7 of them. I only got 2 bets, and just for everybody listening, if you're a new listener, I'm only gonna have 3 every week. I care more about my record than trying to force fake picks down your throat. So to have 2 this week on a 7 game sample size, I think that's pretty good.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's jump right into it. Saturday, week 0 kicks off. We got 2:30 Navy against Notre Dame in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, I believe. Notre Dame's 20.5-point favorites. The total is 50.5. Do you have a play for this?
No, I was actually leaning over. I've been listening to a lot of Brad Powers. I think this game has always gone over this specific total, like 16 out of the last 18 times they've matched up. It's going to be rainy in Ireland. Contrary to popular belief, that actually probably helps overs due to the defense not being able to get their footing. But no, there's just too much uncertainty around this game for me to actually give them actually have an investment opportunity. Sam Hartman, first year with Notre Dame.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a lag here. It's hard for me to keep my thoughts.
We're getting used to it.
Yeah.
Well, here, how about this then? I actually do have a play for this. I'm going to lock this in.
Okay, I'll let you talk.
With the over 50.5. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And because you brought up Sam Hartman, I got right here, transfer from Wake Forest. This is 5th season or 6th season of experience.
5th.
Yeah. He's up near, I think he's like 3 yards shy of 13,000 passing career, 110 touchdowns at Wake. But the big thing is he's got an elite offensive line there for him at Notre Dame. And for me, I think Sam Hartman is probably going to be one of the better quarterbacks throughout the year. He's got weapons. You got, your coach is coming back for his second tour. I feel like he has a better feel of the team. And then last year with Navy, this game was 35-32 at Notre Dame. So they smashed you over there. And when you think of Navy, so now I'm gonna talk more about Navy in this sense. Navy's returning 8 offensive starters. Okay. They're bringing in a new offensive coordinator, Grant Chestnut from Kennesaw State. You don't really have film on him, which is what they were saying. They don't really have enough film to see, what his schemes are, what his formations are. But the feel around it is that, when you have Service Academy, it's running, it's just run. You throw in a couple passes. I've heard that there's going to be more of a passing game involved in this. They're going to run out of different formations, so not just strictly triple option. They're going to have different formations. They're being able to pass. They're still going to rely on the triple option. But I think that new wrinkle, especially first game of the year, you don't have film on them, could be tough for a defense to stop. Listen, if they score 20 points, 14 to 21 points, I still think Notre Dame scores up near 40 and pulls it out there. Blake Horvath is going to end up being the quarterback for Navy, I believe. He's at sophomore. Xavier Arline was the one who played last year. He actually got hurt playing lacrosse for Navy. But both options are, they're Navy they're service academy quarterback threats. They can run the ball and they're smart. When you talk about Navy wide receivers, they're there just to block, maybe get a big play here and there. But Jaden Umberger last year, he comes back. He's 16 catches, 265 yards, and a couple touchdowns. And then their running back is, a little Haas, 5'8", fullback, who last year had 769 yards, 6 touchdowns. But they also have 4 starters coming back on the O-line. So I think their offense is going to be experienced. They're going to be ready to go. Sam Hartman's going to come out and show, he's going to put up kind of like a show me, hey, here's what you got, Notre Dame. This is me. Mm-hmm. He's going to build up his resume. Like I said, they smashed the over in the last meeting. That was at Notre Dame. This is practically a home game for the Irish, but we won't say that just because of the name. And Notre Dame has also hit the over in their last 7 games. So I think first game, just points. There's something about playing ball in Europe that points be scored. So that's where
I wanted to move to. It's just hard to put money on this game with how many uncertainties there are. How is Sam Hartman going to play game 1? How is Navy going to do with, having a whole new identity? I do want to be with you. I'll probably bet the over on Saturday, but for now, it's not a podcast pick for me. Also, I'm looking at a 49.
Yep.
So make sure
I was going to say that as well. It actually opened at 49 in Notre Dame, 18.5 point favorites. When I was doing my research, it was 50.5, and I got it. Let's see. Yeah, there's multiple books, but I got my book at 49, so I'm good with that. 49 points is my pick.
Solid.
All right. Next game on the slate, 5:30 on Saturday, is UTEP against Jacksonville State at Jacksonville State. I think this opened at Jacksonville State -1, and I think they might be
up to UTEP -1 right now.
Yep.
At least according to ESPN.
That's what I got, +1 Jacksonville State, and then totals at 53. Looks like you got 53.5, 54, 54.5 in one book. Do you have anything going on with this one?
No, I was debating the under in this one. Jacksonville State's is their first game in the FBS level. Rich Rodriguez, old West Virginia, old Michigan coach, is their head coach, so we know what type of high caliber offense he runs. One thing I saw that was pretty concerning, though, is Jacksonville State is their offensive line's 270 across the board. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they'll be able to keep up with UTEP. This is a pretty boring game to me. I'm excited to see. Well, also Zion Webb, Jacksonville State's quarterback's in his 7th year. So he knows how to run that offense. He's very familiar with that whole team. I've been going back and forth with this one. I can't put money on it. At first, I wanted to go under. Line's been moving, I guess, against my logic, but for me. And then I was kind of thinking about going to Jacksonville State again, but I don't really want to bet on a first-time FBS team. So I'm going to pass here.
Yeah, I'm not locking this in at all, but for me, it's a coin flip game. The two big things were FBS debut for Jacksonville State and Rich Rod. So if I'm going based off of that, I'm fading Rich Rod, and I'm going to go UTEP -1. But again, I'm not locking that in. That's just, what I'll end up playing come Saturday when I want to play all 7 games.
Yeah.
But no lock for me. All right, moving right along. UMass, New Mexico State. This is in New Mexico, 7 o'clock. You got New Mexico State, 7.5 point favorite. Totals at 45. Is that still holding up?
Yep.
New Mexico State's actually at 6.5 now. So that's what they opened at. Yeah, and then totals at 45. Anything here?
No, it's no pass for me. I mean, these first few weeks I'm taking it real slow anyways. When it comes to UMass, I know they have a pretty good transfer quarterback in who was highly recruited coming out of high school. But over the years, I mean, UMass has been a great fade team. They've just played really sloppy football for as long as I can remember, probably for the length duration of us doing this podcast. New Mexico State has improved to where they were a few years ago with the head coach, Jerry Kill, former Minnesota head coach. He's actually the guy that had a seizure on the sideline. I don't really know where to go with this one. This is more of, these are two teams that I don't want to invest in, on two numbers I don't want to invest in. So it's ultimately a pass for me. If I had a lean, it would be New Mexico State. I saw a -6 yesterday. I should have taken it, but it -6.5. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the same deal. Not really going to pick anything here. We're going to lean towards New Mexico State -7.5. New Mexico State 2-0 against UMass. They covered both when it was -1 and -7. I think something going against UMass, you got a cross-country game. UMass has to travel across. They were a 1-19 last year. They're a pro-style offense that scored like 12 points a game last year, dead last. They gave up over 31 points a game, which was bottom 100. I'm not locking this in, but like you said, leaning towards New Mexico State in this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. We got Ohio at San Diego State.
This is a good one. I'm actually really, really excited to watch this game. No pick from me. Do you have an official pick on this game?
This is every week I do a money line pick. Usually wait till the end, but I'm going right down. I'm going Ohio. Money line. I'm not sure what they're at. I'm still trying to get used to this new computer, trying to figure out all my hotkeys and whatnot.
So they're oh shit, I don't have the money line on here.
+113.
Yeah,
you can get as high as +115 at BetMGM.
Yeah, I would just take the +2, but I
always do a money line bet, so I got to do it.
Right. Ohio had a really good season last year by their standards. Lost in the MAC championship. I love their quarterback, Curtis O'Rourke. I think he's the best quarterback in the MAC. On top of that, I was looking towards the San Diego State side, when I first started handicapping this game, but it turns out they're replacing their full front seven.
They're replacing a lot. They got a new offensive coordinator, complete retool on the offensive line, and all their top targets are gone.
Yeah.
So offense is shit for them.
Yeah, offense and defense. Well, there's just so many uncertainties, so many questions that still need answered. So for that reason, it's a pass for me. Lean Ohio.
Good. All right. Well, that's my money line pick is Ohio. So
I'm really excited to watch Curtis O'Rourke this year.
Coming off an ACL too.
Yeah.
We'll see. I know that their backup, I think it was it Calvin Harris? I believe that's who it was. Let me check. Yeah, Calvin Harris was the quarterback who finished the last 3.5 games last year. Not bad. I mean, 93 attempts, 3 touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. So, if anything, but it is going to be good to see Rourke back. All right, next one, 7:30, Hawaii at Vandy. 17-point favorites for Vandy. Well, that's what I had. And then 55.5 is the total. Are we still with the same lines? Let me see here. Are you doing anything with this?
Yeah, my first lock of the season.
All right, take it away.
Also, this game was also my first lock of last season. It was Vandy -6, I think, last year. Game ended up being 63-10. Vandy. Line is now Vandy -17.5 this year. I'm going with Vandy again. I like they're finally coming to do a quarterback with AJ Swan. They have the top 2 wide receivers returning. I know their defense left a lot to be desired last year, but I'm a big believer in this Clark Lee team. And if in all reality, Vanderbilt has to win this game to make bowl eligibility if they want to make it to a bowl this year.
Yeah.
I just don't see any any scenario in which they're not up for this game. It's at home, game 1 of the year. And for Hawaii, man, they had a tough game or season last year. They did turn into covering machines. I think they covered 7 of their last 8 down the stretch. They looked terrible those first 3 games with former quarterback Timmy Chang as their head coach. But I really don't think they really have the talent to last with Vandy the whole game. I think 17.5 is a good number. I think Vandy wins by 3 touchdowns. 6-hour time difference for Hawaii's players, night game. So, I mean, I just think the SEC versus Mountain West roster, size, everything that has to deal with this is just going to be too much. I am going to go Vanderbilt minus 17.5 with an improved Vanderbilt defense.
Yeah. Actually, because I didn't have a lock in this, but what I was looking at was
over.
First half over. Actually, no. Hang on, let me check. I think I had first half under, actually. I was leaning first half under 28.5.
I don't hate it because Vandy scored 6 touchdowns in the second half last year. So they did start
game
slow.
of the year for both teams, especially a team in the bottom of the pack in the SEC and Hawaii, 6-hour time change. I think you could come out flat in that first quarter. I think the first quarter is going to tell you. I don't see either team scoring multiple let's put it this way. I don't see 4 scoring drives in the second quarter.
Okay.
That makes sense because that gets you 28.
Absolutely.
So you have to get 5.
And there's something else that we got to pay attention to a lot this year, which I'm definitely going to pay attention to the effects this week 0 is the running clock rule. Yep. So that has me scared off a lot of totals this year, just because, at least this week, just because I have no idea how this is going to actually affect the game.
Yeah, we'll see what it does. I mean, that was something that it kind of came out, and you were caught off guard by it a little bit. You didn't know really what to expect, and now, when we're thinking about this, it's like, damn, that's really going to affect our games.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. All right. So, hey, just 2 more left. San Jose State at USC, 8 o'clock. USC is a 30.5-point favorite. They're still at 30.5. Yeah. Total is, I had 64.5, but it's actually jumped up to 66. 66.5. And I'm glad I wrote this down because I actually had over 66.5 on my card. So if it stays there, take it. That's I'm probably gonna end up locking that in right now.
Take it now.
That's gonna be one of my locks. USC, San Jose State over 66.5. We all know Caleb Williams. Listen, we know USC is gonna score a lot of points this year. Caleb Williams is gonna come off of his Heisman. I mean, USC scored 30 plus in all but one game last year. Now, remind me. We've had a lot of conference realignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is USC? Where are they going?
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Yes.
Okay. And is that next year or in 2 years?
Next year.
2024. This is the year that USC really has to show Big Ten football, like, dude, you guys are screwed.
Yeah.
We're coming in, we're going to score points, right? We're going to take the Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin. You guys need to bolster up your defenses because we're going to score at will. And I think this is the year that they really show out. Caleb Williams, again, he's just going to have a phenomenal season. And with saying USC scored 30-plus in all but one game last year, flip side, San Jose State scored more than 25 points in all but one game last year, and they gave up 25-plus in 4 of their last 6 games. So both teams are going to be able to score points, but San Jose giving up a lot of points. I can easily see USC scoring 60+ by themselves.
Yeah, I do know that Lincoln will probably call off the dogs on this one. I would look to play first half. I would look to play first half.
Well, if he does call off the dogs, though, what score does he call off the dogs? How many do you score?
Probably up by between 35 and 40 points.
You think he stops around 40 points?
If it's in the first half, yeah. If they go into the half at 42-0.
They're not going to score anything after that? I think San Jose State will still score. They'll put in second stringers. This is always the type of it, so I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, with the new running clock and that high of a total, I got to see what the affects it first.
Yeah, and this will be my trial week too, to see how the running clock really affects these games. That's something I'll be paying close attention to.
I'm actually wanting to go back and maybe bet under 54 for the Jacksonville State game, but I'm still not going to lock it up.
All right.
Last game.
Yes, Florida International at La Tech, Louisiana Tech. La Tech is 11-point favorites. They're down to 10.5 on one book now. Total is 58.5. Do you have anything at all?
Yeah, I'm locking up La Tech minus 10.5. I got it earlier today at Barstool. You can still get one at FanDuel. So you can still get it's juiced. It's at minus 115 right now, but you can still get minus 10.5. I looked at these two teams who had very poor records last year, very poor seasons. Every team that Louisiana Tech lost to in conference is now on to the AAC. They have improved immensely compared to the roster last year. They brought in fifth-year senior Hank Bachmeyer from Boise State. He's had some on and off starting stints over there with some success, but ultimately nothing to show for it. With FIU, they were just abysmal last year. Their coach got them up every now and then, but at the end of the day, their defense was absolutely terrible. So, who improved more over the offseason? La Tech. Who's at home? La Tech. Who has the better skill positions? La Tech. I know it's a double-digit point spread, but I feel comfortable with giving out the minus 10.5 for this one.
All right. Yeah, I got nothing to say. I mean, I didn't really dive into this one too much. If I was going to do anything, I'm following your lead. That's what it's all about, week 0.
Let's go.
All right. So that's it. 7 games, right?
Yep.
Okay. 7 games. I know my ass is going to be planted. I am not going to move all Saturday. Well,
starting at 2:30.
Yeah. And it's just going to be nonstop. We're back. This is the first full football season of legalized sports gambling in Ohio. So
in Ohio, yeah. Any sports books out there? If we're losing a lot, give us a sponsorship.
Yeah. Flip side, hopefully we don't lose too much. But anyway, to recap real quick, not too many locks. I'll give you my locks first, and then I'll just kind of give you the leans where I'm going. I'm locking in the over 50.5, or I'm sorry, I had it at 49. Over 49, right?
Yep, you can get 49.
Yeah, over 49 for the Navy Notre Dame game. Over 66.5 for the San Jose State USC, and then my money line pick of the week is Ohio. I think they're at plus 113, but I'm going to start off hot with the 1-0 money line pick, Ohio.
Okay. I'm hopefully going to start out 2-0. Bet recap for Fuji Bets is La Tech minus 10.5 versus FIU and Vandy minus 17.5 versus Hawaii.
Yep, and then my leans, the plays that I'm going to make but not locking. I was going first half under 28.5 for Hawaii Vandy, and then I got to flip over. UTEP minus 1, New Mexico State minus 7.5, and that's it.
Okay, let's pay attention to the running clock rule this week. let's get ready for week 1. Still only going to have 3 locks because I want my record to be squeaky clean. And yeah, let's get after it, season 4.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm ready for this shit to start going, man. I can't wait. Excited to be on the new platform here. Our new software, editing, all that stuff. So for those of you who listen in, who want to chime in, let us know how it sounds. Let us know if it sounds any different, what we can improve on, things like that. We're always looking to make this better and better. But yeah, we're going to truck on. We're going to look for that. I think my goal is probably getting above 65% if I could, but that's lofty. But yeah,
I hit 65% in 2021.
See, that's what I'm going for. Then.
I went 41 and 22.
Yes, so we need to, if we can hit 65% plus.
65% is ridiculous,
that's
but
insane. All right, real quick, give them where they can find us, give them socials, all that stuff.
You can find me at Fuji Bets. You can find Dan at DPOS13. You can find the pod at CFP_pod, and then make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff that can help us out.
Yeah, you can find us anywhere you get podcasts, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, all that stuff. Basically, wherever you can get a podcast, we are there. Like, subscribe, share, and like I said, let us know how it sounds. Let us know if you hear any difference. We're trying to iron this thing out so that we can have it clean and sounding good for you guys. But that's all I have. You got anything else?
I'm good.
All right, sweet. I'm Dan. That's Fuji. We'll see you next time.